One of the greatest mysteries of rock and roll is Edge's guitar sound and what he uses to achieve such signature tones. Let's start with looking at Edge's pedal board from the stage. As you can see, Edge likes to control all his effects, and we begin here with a volume pedal slash wah that creates sort of the shimmering effects that he uses live. He has an original Digitech whammy pedal, a Dunlop wah, and over here we have his Screed Strup, a Danish company which is similar to a Bob Bradshaw rig controller, which allows him to have a song window and be able to access all the presets for each song, in addition to being able to spontaneously create his own sounds on the fly. Over here is Edge's vintage box, his #1 AC30, which he has used on every album. Over here is some new additions, which are his Fender Tweed Deluxes. Both are vintage, 56 and 58. And on the bottom here is a Fender Blues Junior, a newer addition for the shimmer sounds that he gets live. Over here is his vintage rack, which is filled with new and vintage onboard effects, everything from Eventide harmonizers, Lexicon processors, also TC electronic 2290 delays, which he gets most of his signature delay sounds. The Pod Pros that he uses over here, the red units, uses some distortion sounds off of that, as well as some more TC electronic delays. The two single-space gold units are made by Line 6. It's a custom-made distortion modeler for the Edge. Looking at the pedals here, we have a collection of all vintage pedals from an Ampeg Scrambler, Love Tone, Doppelganger, Meatball, Big Muff, Ibanez Tube Screamer, Boss Power Driver, Boss Compression Sustainer. Over here are two of Edge's stage guitars. Behind those metal grates, you can see where guitar tech Dallas sits to watch the Edge in case he needs him. This is where Dallas works. This is where he tunes and sets up his guitars. And right below to the left corner of the screen are two little rings, which are actual slides that Dallas built for the Edge in a machine shop, in his own very own machine shop. Over here is an identical MIDI controller where if Edge can't control, if Edge needs to take a solo and step away from his pedal board, Dallas takes over and has all access to all his presets. Over here we have the Shure wireless units. And now we are looking at Edge's guitar collection. He takes 45 guitars on tour and uses approximately 17 to 19 a night. They are a collection of vintage, Gibson, Fender, Rickenbacker, and some copies of famous guitars. So if you want to sound like the Edge, you're going to need a whole bunch of gear, a huge bankroll, and a guitar tech that's as skillful as Dallas Shue.